So they is check on Q50, man. They done parked this shit down there.
In the underground corners of Chicago's rap conversation, one name has started circulating faster than anyone expected: Bloodhound Q50. Whether he's a real threat, a misunderstood figure, or just the latest subject of exaggerated street legends, the online world has turned his story into one of the most viral narratives, moving across drill pages, forums, and commentary channels. According to the rumors and the digital mythology building around him, Q50's rise began after the death of his cousin Lil Jeff, a moment that supposedly sent shockwaves through his circle and lit the spark for a violent chain of events that bloggers now can't stop dissecting. None of the claims floating around have been officially confirmed, but in the streets and on social media, perception spreads like wildfire, and that perception has transformed Q50 into one of the most talked about names in the Midwest's underground scene. The story begins with whispers, accounts on Twitter, clips on TikTok.
Everybody, free money like you. I've been spent that 60K.
Deep dives on YouTube, all talking about how Q50 allegedly turned into a menace after losing his cousin. The narrative grew legs after commentary channels started piecing together timelines, suggesting that Q50 retaliated aggressively, moving with a level of ruthlessness that shocked even those who follow the drill scene closely. Some claim he's linked to 8 different situations. Others insist the rumors were fabricated for clout, pointing out that misinformation spreads easily when a name begins trending. But fact or fiction doesn't matter in the world of street mythology. Once a story has momentum, it becomes part of the culture, and Q50's story shows how fast that transformation can happen. Then came the St. Louis angle, an entirely new layer added to the legend. Online narratives say Q50 supposedly ran off with $60,000 during a trip to the city, a claim that instantly set the drill community on fire.
I don't think he gonna make it, but we gonna see. I ain't never popped nobody that famous before. It's my first time.
Whether that money ever existed is unknown. Whether a robbery happened is unclear. But the internet thrives on dramatic storytelling, and once the rumor formed, people started creating entire timelines about it. Fan pages broke down who might have been involved. Op pages jumped in and added fuel.
Bro, go get your 60 back. They ain't take 60 from me. They ain't take nothing from me, gang.
Hell yeah, bro.
They ain't take shit from me.
Let me see what's today.
I was trying to take something from them. In life.
Reaction channels created entire videos analyzing why different factions in St. Louis allegedly wanted Q50 gone. The speculation moved faster than facts ever could. As the story spread, names like CTS Lou Wick, Risky Road, and 95 Mob started popping up. Groups the internet believes are tied to the tensions surrounding Q50. Again, none of these connections are officially verified, but in the world of drill commentary, people connect dots whether they exist or not. Diss tracks, old Instagram lives, deleted comments, and blurry screenshots become evidence for fans trying to piece together a war that may be real, exaggerated, or entirely misunderstood. The rumor mill turned Q50 into a character, someone living in a cycle of retaliation, pressure, and survival, according to the online imagination.
Beasky B.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
So this not no overnight shit? Like,
Nah,
out
this
there?
ain't no just overnight internet shit. You know what I'm saying? There's more behind the shit than just what motherfuckers are called dick riding. You know, we ain't just dick riding each other on some, oh, we with them because they static with them. Nah, that's not even why we cool with them.
And the most chilling element of the narrative? The claim that entire cities want him gone. It's a sensationalized idea. One clearly fed by dramatic storytelling, but it captures the way internet culture works. Take one rumor, one lyric, one fight, one conversation, and blow it up into a cinematic saga. That's exactly what happened to Bloodhound Q50, a name now surrounded by a digital cloud of danger, speculation, mystery, and mythology. Once Q50's name began trending, the internet treated him the same way it treated earlier figures from Chicago's drill scene. Part rapper, part street legend, part urban ghost story. Blogs began pulling up old live streams, trying to decode every expression, every statement, every alleged affiliation. Commentary channels did what they always do. They started dramatizing rivalries, building timelines based on indirect references, and stitching together diss lyrics to create a spicy narrative arc. Whether or not Q50 is truly involved in all the rumors, the internet decided he was the next character in the never-ending drill saga. And once that happens, it's almost impossible to shake off. The tension between Chicago and St. Louis became a major talking point. The rumor about Q50 allegedly running off with money gave fuel to the idea that he was now wanted across multiple cities. Commentary pages in both regions began posting reaction videos filled with speculation. Some creators labeled him a fearless renegade. Others saw him as reckless, destabilizing multiple blocks with one move. But beneath all the dramatics, one thing became clear. The streets weren't the ones spreading these narratives. The internet was. People far removed from the neighborhoods involved were shaping the legend, amplifying details that might never be confirmed. The alleged alliances or conflicts with CTS Lou Wick's crew in St. Louis became central to the conversation. Fans combed through St. Louis diss tracks looking for subliminals aimed at Q50. They clipped lyrics, zoomed into background images, and tried to find hidden messages. Some believed they discovered clues pointing to real beef. Others argued that the artists involved barely even knew Q50 and that the rumors were exaggerated for entertainment. But the fact that so many people were engaging with the narrative made the drama feel real, even if the evidence was uncertain. Then Chicago names got pulled in. Risky Road, 95 Mob, and other groups the internet commonly associates with drill conflicts. As soon as those labels were attached to the story, fans assumed things were escalating. Reaction channels began claiming that the rumors proved Q50 had made enemies on both sides of the Midwest. Every song snippet, every social media post, every rumor became part of a digital ecosystem, feeding the idea that Q50 was living a dangerously fast life, stacking enemies faster than allies. But in reality, the conversation said more about the culture than the individual. It showed how drill music, online content, and street storytelling merge into a hybrid narrative that blurs fiction and reality. People online love a villain. They love a renegade.
Long live my Mac. I was down.
Hey, Jug, on my dead grandma phone. You alive?
I damn that shit at the telephone now. That hurt me a little bit. I was like, dang, shit real. Long live Kenny Mac. I was there. I witnessed that. We was about to late. I think ever since then I've been. That's probably what it was. I feel like they clapped my homie.
They love someone who seems unstoppable but also doomed. And Q50, whether deserving or not, became that character. A digital outlaw running from every direction, even if the real story is much simpler. As the myth continued growing, fans started digging into the origin of Q50's rumored conflicts. For many, it all traced back to the emotional impact of Lil Jeff's death, an event commentary channels claim changed Q50 forever.
I was 16. Around that time,
you was doing the Soldier Boy.
I was trying to play basketball, but that's around the time I ain't make the varsity team. So at 16 was when I was realizing this for real. I don't know what the I'm gonna do. Cause you know, after that point, it's like once you don't make that team, it's over.
Losing a family member can push anyone into a darker headspace. But the online world projected their own narratives onto him, painting him as someone who spiraled into vengeance and paranoia. This characterization fed the legend. It gave the internet a storyline, a reason behind Q50's alleged actions. It made him more than just another rising Chicago name. It made him a tragic anti-hero, shaped by trauma and fueled by rage. But that's the thing. The internet doesn't need the truth to build a compelling character arc. All it needs are fragments. A tweet here, a photo there, a rumor somebody repeats enough times. That's how Q50 transformed from a local rapper into a viral persona associated with danger. Fan-made documentaries began popping up, each one presenting theories about how he was connected to different incidents. They used dramatic music, exaggerated headlines, and selective facts to paint a sensational picture of someone on the run. Whether accurate or not, the aesthetic of danger sells, and Q50 became the latest subject of that formula. Meanwhile, drill fans started arguing whether Q50 was even aware of the online narrative surrounding him. Some claimed he leaned into the legend, feeding it with cryptic posts or aggressive lyrics. Others believed he was being misrepresented, turned into a digital monster by creators looking for easy views. The truth is hard to know, but one thing is undeniable. The internet created an alternate version of Q50 that lives independently of anything happening offline. This phenomenon happens often in the drill world. Figures become larger than life through rumors, speculation, and fan-built stories, not through verifiable facts. The fictional version of them becomes more popular than the real version. The internet prefers chaos, and Q50 became the perfect storm of mystery, danger, and unpredictability. Every time someone posted a rumor, thousands of fans added their own spin. Some said he's responsible for multiple situations. Others said he's wanted in different states. None of it confirmed, but none of it needed to be for the legend to grow. This cycle turns real people into characters. Their lives become entertainment, their struggles become plot lines, and their rumors become cliffhangers. Q50 is living proof of how the internet builds narratives faster than any news station. And because the drill community thrives on backstories, rivalries, and danger, Q50 instantly became a central figure in content creators' videos, thumbnails, and headlines. What fans don't realize is how dangerous this cycle can be. When online narratives paint someone as a target, that perception can influence how outsiders treat them. When commentary channels imply multiple cities want someone gone, even without evidence, it creates pressure and paranoia. And that's the tragic heart of this whole story. The myth grows, but the person underneath gets smaller. As the Q50 narrative continued evolving, creators began focusing on his supposed fearlessness. They highlighted moments from live videos, snippets of his behavior, and the way he responded to online comments. Some said he moved like he was untouchable, unbothered by the rumors surrounding him. Others said his confidence was a mask, that deep down he was reacting to the pressure from all directions. Again, these were interpretations, not facts. But the internet treats interpretations like gospel when the story is dramatic enough. Diss tracks played a major role in fueling the myth. Even when artists weren't directly referencing Q50, fans insisted certain bars were aimed at him. They created narratives about indirect shots, hidden threats, and coded messages. This paranoia is common in the drill culture. Fans love to analyze lyrics like they're secret messages. And because Q50's name was hot, people began attaching his name to every aggressive line coming out of Chicago and St. Louis. It didn't matter if it made sense, it made entertainment. Some influencers even began predicting outcomes like they were commenting on a movie. They debated whether Q50 could outlast the war he was supposedly involved in. They joked about seasons and story arcs, treating real lives like fictional characters. This is the dark side of online culture, when people stop seeing individuals as humans and instead see them as characters in a storyline they want to watch unfold. It's this mentality that created the idea that entire cities want him gone, a phrase that circulated widely even though no official source ever confirmed anything like it. And once an idea spreads that far, it doesn't matter if it's true. People begin responding emotionally instead of logically. They build their own conclusions, they project their own narratives, they take small details and inflate them into full-blown conspiracies. Q50 became a symbol, someone representing the chaos, defiance, and unpredictability of the drill scene. The more the myth grew, the more fans wanted to believe it. And the more they believed it, the more content creators pushed it. But beneath the hype lies a darker truth. Drill mythology can be deadly. Turning someone into a legend of violence can bring unwanted attention. It can escalate real tensions. It can distort reality so badly that people involved start reacting to rumors instead of facts. This is how situations spiral, not because of real beef, but because of perceived beef amplified by the internet. Q50's case shows exactly how fast that spiral can happen. One rumor becomes a trending topic. One trending topic becomes a storyline. And before long, the digital version of a person looks nothing like the real one. Whether Q50 actually lives recklessly or whether the internet painted him as a reckless figure doesn't matter anymore. Perception has taken over reality. The deeper the rumor spread, the more people questioned how long Q50 could maintain this digital reputation without facing real consequences. Online commentators framed him as someone outrunning death, a phrase that quickly became part of the narrative. It painted Q50 as a figure moving through the Midwest with danger trailing behind him, dodging retaliation from enemies in both Chicago and St. Louis. But that framing was sensational, a dramatic exaggeration used to attract views, not an accurate reflection of real verified danger. Still, fans ate it up. They began speculating how long Q50 could keep moving before something serious happened. These kinds of predictions, though unnecessary, became popular segments in reaction videos. Commentators spoke with a tone that blended concern and excitement, as if watching a disaster movie unfold. They asked whether Q50's alleged enemies would strike next. They questioned whether he was prepared for conflicts he may not have even been involved in. They built an entire future for him based on unverified rumors. This is where the digital world becomes dangerous. when people begin rooting for chaos rather than truth. Some fans began dramatizing the timeline, saying Q50 was already on borrowed time. Others celebrated his defiance, turning him into a symbol of survival in hostile environments. But all of these perspectives were built on rumor, not fact. The real danger isn't the myth itself, it's how people treat the myth like reality. Ultimately, Q50 is a reflection of a larger trend, the internet's obsession with dangerous personas. Drill culture has always blended music and street narratives, but the digital era has elevated that blend into something almost cinematic. People want heroes and villains. They want chase scenes, betrayal arcs, shocking twists. Q50 became a character placed right in the middle of a story fans want to watch play out. But behind every myth is a real person, and real people deserve to have their stories told responsibly. Until verified information emerges, Q50's story remains what it is, an online legend built from fragments, rumors, interpretations, and assumptions. A digital ghost chased by narratives that don't always match reality. Whether Q50 is truly involved in everything the internet claims, or whether he's simply caught in the crossfire of viral storytelling, the fact remains, the myth surrounding him has become one of the biggest underground talking points of the year. And as long as fans keep feeding the narrative, the legend will continue growing, regardless of what's real and what's not. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dive stories, cultural analysis, and rising street legends.